Good Monday morning. How we doing? We're at the end of June. Now we're less than 9 weeks from the start of the college football season. We are, let me do the math real quick, about 7.5 hours from game one of the championship series downtown at TD Ameritrade between Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. The crowd, and by the way, the game is sold out. It's been a very chill year in the stands. That's the non-GA effect. We've tried real hard. Like a fan got kicked out the other night, and while he was being escorted out by a security guard and an Omaha police officer, in front of all the fans that were cheering, he shotgunned a beer. I mean, we're kind of getting a little GA feel, but no GA this year. The crowd has been relatively chill outside of the respective fan bases that are rooting for their teams. Not tonight. The crowd will be so pro Mississippi State. This will be a Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's playing the championship series as the road team. There are a lot of Mississippi State fans that are in town. There were a group of them that were camping outside of the ticket office last night. You also have the factor that people think Vanderbilt screwed over North Carolina State with the vid this past weekend, so they'll be anti-Vanderbilt, which is a ridiculous thing. It'll be a very pro-Mississippi State crowd, and the Mississippi State fans are everywhere. And we have met some at Baseball Village. Our friend Patty, who is still in town and is bombarding George and I with emails of information. And I wonder, for her health, if Mississippi State wins their first national title ever, how she's going to celebrate. Is she going to make it back to the state of Mississippi?
Patty's going to be shotgunning beers.
What do they say? We're supposed to be neutral. But when it comes to the College World Series, when you live in this town and you want the best games, you want the best atmosphere, you want the best fans, you want the best food, we have our certain teams. And also teams that will travel well to take care of our brothers and sisters that benefit off the College World Series. Mm-hmm. Mississippi State fans might be some of the nicest people in America.
Seriously.
They are everywhere, and they are here, they party. Their goal is to drink the city of Omaha out of beer, but they are the nicest friggin' people. I mean, they are quick to have a conversation with you. They walk around the stadium taking pictures. I mean, they love it here. But they are downright some of the nicest fan base I've ever met. Like the other night, was walking out after Mississippi State walked off against Texas. And there was a guy from the state of Mississippi, and he had his little, I think he was 5 years old, that was outside of the ballpark. And they were on one of those selfie spots taking a picture. He was taking a picture of his son with the stadium in the background. And said, "Do you want us to take your picture?" And so we took his picture with his son, and then for the next 25 minutes, George, I kid you not, we sat there and talked. And he said, "I'm a big Mississippi State fan." He's got a big, deep Mississippi accent.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm a big Mississippi State athletic fan. I love all the sports, but baseball is my sport." And, he pointed at his son. He goes, he went to his first game when he was 9 months old. And the other day, after they won, he said, we hopped in the camper, and we just drove up here. And so we're camping out at a state park. He didn't say which one. He goes, we go fishing during the day, and we go to the ball games at night. He goes, he takes his son. And he had like a bag full of souvenirs. Man, the guy had the biggest smile on his face talking about the experience in Omaha. And I think we could all of us that have been down at the College World Series for the first week, we all probably have stories of interaction with Mississippi State fans.
Yep.
They just happen to be the largest fan base that is here. And it's been, we really haven't anybody being knuckleheads. We've had people to make bad decisions at night. They put the goggles on, and who knows where they're going home with. And, 9-10 months later, you don't know what's coming to you. That happens in Omaha, even at the DoubleTree. But Mississippi State fans, they are going to be out in force tonight, and it will be a pro-Mississippi State crowd. It's such a contrasting style, kind of the way they play and their fan bases. Like Mississippi State, to me, is the guy that chugs beer out of his boot that forgot to put sleeves on his shirt, and they love their baseball.
Yeah.
Love their baseball, love their university. Vanderbilt, which is the defending national champions and one of the best baseball programs in all of college baseball, they're more, to me, they have the feel of the nice pressed shirt, long sleeve, look real good. That's kind of the matchup tonight. There is more to that. Eric Sorensen will join us at 1 o'clock with his thoughts and the thoughts on the weekend. By the way, big hat tip. Eric Sorensen, along with Aaron Fitt and Kendall Rogers, they are, and there are very few outlets that cover college baseball on a national basis. D1Baseball.com does it better than anybody else. And if you saw Kendall's story on the timeline of the way the North Carolina State situation unfolded from the beginning of the week to North Carolina State flying home on Saturday, go to D1Baseball.com. It is a paid site, but he has that story for free. It is a great piece of journalism. That why is someone that covers college baseball and loves college baseball like Kendall Rogers doing a better job explaining what happened in the NCAA? We will get into that. Eric Sorensen will join us at 1 to preview tonight's matchup. Now, Vanderbilt has Jack Leiter going for him, and Leiter is probably going to go 4 or 5 in the draft. Maybe he is big time tonight like he was the first time out, and he jumps up to 3 with the Tigers. But Vanderbilt has that going for him, but I don't think Vanderbilt's played well here. Mississippi State has played better, and they've had more of a flair of the dramatic than Vanderbilt has outside of the 12-inning win on the opening day against Arizona. Coming up next, Matt Verzal will join us. Mike Schaefer at 11:30. Of course, the drama that happened on Stadium Drive on Friday that is still being talked about, and now what is the next step in Nebraska's search for an athletic director. And how about this? And there are names that are out there. Ed Stewart's name is prominently out there and being discussed. And if you look at Ed's credentials, he might be overqualified. But these are the last 4 athletic directors at Nebraska. Fired, retired, fired, retired. What makes up the most ideal candidate to be athletic director at the University of Nebraska with a gigantic budget, make money, the major program in the state? What is the ideal candidate for an athletic director at Nebraska look like? I always say a guy like Bill Byrne. Well, you could take Bill Byrne, Bill Moose, combine them together. What does an ideal candidate for an athletic director at Nebraska look like? We will dive into that. Verz joins us next. Mike Schaefer at 11:30. Eric Sorensen at 1 on this Monday. The Gary Sharp Show back in studio with George on 1620 The Zone.